What's cracking, everybody? It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and we are going to talk about the subject of power. So here's the deal. I am surrounded by a world of people who call themselves believers and oftentimes are eloquent and seem to say the right things, have the correct political terminology to be able to offer up to their audiences, lots of woke pastors for that matter, but yet there is no power. I think that there is a lot of people who are void of the power of the Holy Spirit in their life and are not effectively being used by God because they choose to treat Christianity as Burger King because they think they can have it their way. Really can't get it your way, Burger King. You ever try to order a Whopper and have it custom made? They always get it wrong. Anyway, at least with me. But here's the deal. Christianity doesn't work when we try to make it our thing in the sense that we want to make the rules, we want to tweak the changes, we want to create our own philosophies. The reality of it is God gives us a very specific set of commandments, and when he calls us to something, he gives us a very specific pathway. Now, we oftentimes like to take that information that we think is Christianity because we've been poisoned by the brainwashing of people who don't know any better or oftentimes do know better but want to deceive you, and we tend to want to do things in a way that is self-serving and very selfish. But here's the truth. The truth is, if you want to experience the power of God, you need to do things God's way. You don't simply say, God, I'm not going to obey you, and thus expect for him to empower you to do what you want to do. When my little daughter asks me to run in the middle of the street, there is no way on God's green earth I am going to empower her to do so because I love my precious daughter. There's no way that would happen. And if my little one wanted to eat something that was harmful to her, I would never allow her to do so. Why? Because I love my precious daughter. But when I instruct them to do something very specific and they come to me and they say, I'm struggling to do it, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give them everything that I can to help them be successful. Why? Because my instructions to them will bring them benefit and gain and nourishment and growth and understanding, and it will cause them to develop into godly young women. And that is the way God works with us. He gives us very specific instruction because he has a very specific plan for us. And when we follow his footsteps and do exactly what he asks us to do, you know what he gives us? He gives us power. And when I talk about power, I mean real power. The kind of power that overcomes the weakness of the flesh, the kind of power that overcomes the difficulty of this world, the kind of power that gives you courage, that in the face of fear, you're still willing to act, the kind of power that gives me the strength to do the things that I do every day. It all comes from one very simple word, and that is obedience. So today we're going to learn about that. Sunday morning, we're going to have a great Bible study where we talk about this, where Christ commissions his disciples to do some very specific things. We'll talk about what he said and why it's so important. We'll learn a lot from it. Love you guys. God bless you. Remember, do it God's way. Nobody else, do it God's way. God bless you.